Hello there, lovely people. It's Alex from Nintendo Life here, and if you've ever wanted to download a game from another region on the Switch, well, you've maybe clearly have because you clicked on this video. On the Switch, most regions have most games, but there are always going to be exclusives to certain areas, particularly Japan. And whilst I personally am not going to lose any sleep over the fact that I can't play the latest Senran Kagura game, there's still plenty of people out there that want to be downloading these games and play them in the Japanese. So I'm gonna tell you how. But anyway, that's more than enough waffling, let's dive right into things. Right then, so there's two ways you can go about this. First of all, and probably the simplest way to do it, is to simply change your account's region. Alternatively, you can do what we do and actually set up multiple accounts with different regions assigned to them. And there are advantages and disadvantages to each, which we'll be going on to later. But if you only really want one or two games from another region and you don't think you're going to be doing it regularly, the first option, changing your account, is definitely the simplest, pimplest way to do it. So then, what you're going to need to do is go over to accounts.nintendo.com and log in. When you're all part of the logged in party, you're going to want to go to your profile and click on the button next to the bit that says profile that says change. Here you'll see all manner of bits and bobs, but most importantly, the second from the bottom option is the one that says country/region, and that's the one we want to pay attention to. This is where you can choose any region you like, and the system flat out just doesn't mind how often you change this. If you want to buy Japanese games, for example, you select it to Japan. And your time zone may change as well, but it's of little consequence. Just leave it to do its own thing. When you go back onto your Switch and try to access the eShop, you'll be asked again to log in because you've only gone and changed your region, and Nintendo says, oh, you better log in again. Once you've done that, you may also get a pop-up telling you that the eShop cannot be displayed in your system's current language, and trust me, it's not lying. Navigating the eShop in a language you have literally zero understanding of can be a bit of a pain to say the least, but as long as you know roughly where things are, you shouldn't have too much trouble. The next hurdle though is where things can get a little bit frustrating, depending entirely on your payment method and actually paying for games. Your payment method may not like paying for things in what it deems a foreign currency, so if you can, just try using another one if your normal one isn't working for you. Do note that you may also incur some additional charges if your bank just feels like it, because apparently globalization hasn't caught up with them yet. If you're still having problems and nothing seems to be working, well, fret ye not, for the internet has a solution. You can simply buy other regions' eShop credit through online stores, and usually you'll just get a code emailed to you, which you can punch directly into the eShop. No mess, no fuss. However, as simple a solution as this is, if you want to change your region again, maybe changing it back to where you actually live, you'll lose any remaining credit on that account that you haven't spent. So if you buy a game and you've got a couple of hundred yen left on your account from the eShop credit you redeemed, you'll need to spend that before changing regions on your account again, or risk losing that sweet earned foreign currency. This is one of those situations where you may well want to set up a second account so that you can, have their own eShop credit on it, and so you can have a Japanese account, a North American account, a European account, and you can just bish bash bosh buy all things, and then you don't have to worry about switching around and losing some of your credit. It's absolutely more of a faff, there's no denying that, but even so, in the long run, it'll probably save you some headache. Once you've done that, you're going to need to, well, buy some games, because by this point you'll have credit on your account, you'll be ready to spend in a foreign currency. So you don't really need this video anymore, so you can leave if you like, but I'll miss you, I will. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then why don't you pay for that subscribe button in any currency you see fit, and be sure to check out nintendolife.com for all sorts of lovely Nintendo related content. Thank you again for watching, bye bye. Alternatively, if you don't want to support us because you hate us, which is fine, that's a bit mean. Right then, there's two ways you can go about this. First of all, you can just change your account's region, which is honestly the simplest, you noisy bugger.